1974, It's Alive, in Germany The Cradle of Evil, is an US horror movie written, directed and produced by Larry Cohn. The same is true for both sequels. See also from Cohn, Salem 2, Ambulance and the Q, The Flying Serpent retrospective. In LA, the Davis family are expecting their second child, but even during the pregnancy there are increasing signs that something is wrong with the unusually large fetus. As soon as born, the abnormal monster baby kills everyone involved, except the mother, and escapes. Apparently a medical drug was the cause of the mutation. The prescribing doctor would like to test on the dead baby, which he is initially able to convince the father of, while the pharmaceutical company would rather destroy it to get rid of the evidence. While the police try to capture it and journalists harass the parents, the baby finds murdering its way home, where the mother hides it in the cellar because it seems not to attack family members. When the father finds out, he shoots the mutation and it flees. The well-known eerie soundtrack is by Bernard Herrmann, who also scored Part 2. The theme was also used in the third movie. The mixture of Rosemary's Baby, Frankenstein and general criticism of modern medicine is a typical B-movie, but it stands out from the crowd thanks to its good staging, an extremely believable portrayal of the slowly despairing parents and a constantly eerie atmosphere. The $500,000 production, with mixed but generally positive reviews at the time, got only a limited release thanks to new management at Warner Brothers during shooting, who couldn't stand the project. This changed 3 years later after another change in management, who now recognized its potential. And with a new innovative advertising campaign,
The Davises have had a baby, but they're not sending out any announcement. Most new parents are losing.
The re-release in 1977 made alone in the US more than 7 million back.
You see, there's only one thing wrong with the Davis baby. It's alive. It's alive. Don't see it alone. The It's Alive baby is back again. Only now there are 3 of them. It lives again.
In the following year, Frank Davis, who had a sudden change of heart at the end of the last movie, but was unable to prevent his son from getting shot by the police, tries to warn the Scott couple, as they, still in disbelief, are also expecting a monster baby. Since doctors and government want to avoid a scandal, they decide to kill the baby and several others at birth. Frank is able to free them from the hospital in an adventurous way, without any consequences. And has them taken to a secret research station that wants to turn the monster babies, 3 to be precise, into normal people. But they simply refuse to be re-educated and escape just as the police storms the estate, which they find thanks to a hidden tracker. It lives again with us, the cradle of Satan. Unfortunately, can't keep up with its predecessor and often seems cheap and hastily rushed out. Hardly anything here makes sense, and apart from the new couple, who unsuccessfully tried to make the confused plot work, which has them acting within seconds for and against the baby, everyone here is just phoning it in. Apparently, many of the actors' lines were only put into their mouths during the dubbing, as filming obviously started without a finished screenplay. not really better is It's Alive 3 Island of the Alive from 1987 with, apart from Lieutenant Perkins, new cast. Here the victims go to court where one of the babies behaves thanks to the script completely out of character by breaking chains and unbending cages, but not attacking anyone. And the father, an unsuccessful actor / shoe seller with the charisma of Al Bundy, argues that the monster babies, 5 to be precise, shouldn't be killed, so they get abandoned on a secret desert island. There they slaughter sports divers and witch hunters. Even cause a helicopter to explode? Huh? How? After 5 years a research expedition, including the father, falls victim to them, in which everybody apart from the snowhead dies while Lieutenant Perkins stays on the island. As they make their way back to the mainland by boat towards their mother, in between the father is abandoned at sea and held in Cuba? They catch measles, which is interesting since the father mentions before at a party that his monster son got vaccinated for the trip. And passed their own newborn to the now grandparents. The Cradle of Horrors, the conclusion of the so-called Alive trilogy, is a cheaply slapped out together so-called movie, where the monsters neither convince as stop-motion clay figures nor as actors in costumes. Here clearly less would have been more. It lives again, also tries with force to be controversial and to generate sympathy for the father. In one scene, a prostitute throws him out when she realizes who he is. But it just comes across as silly and ridiculous. Nothing makes any sense and everyone acts like a complete idiot. Despite the open ending, we have thankfully been spared another sequel.
Don't say you're happy out there without me. I know you can't be, 'cause it's no good.
Unfortunately, we were not spared Josef Rusnak's alleged remake of the first part, 2009 direct-to-video to garbage can. In this bore, shot to save costs in Romania, the pregnancy of a student, thanks to some abortion pills from the internet, gets complications as the fetus grows at a tremendous rate. After an emergency birth, the baby develops monstrous tendencies and, unnoticed by the mother, kills everyone present and then turns normal again. At home, where also her orphaned boyfriend's little brother lives, the baby shows increasingly strange characteristics, and several animals fall victim to it. Leaves the crib on its own, which the mother notices but keeps to herself. She even covers up the murder of the police therapist and gets rid of the body, even those from her best friends. When the father becomes suspicious towards the end, the police are just investigating at the same time. It's Alive 2009, but more likely the baby possessed by a demon is a total waste of time. With unbelievable characters, the father is a naive fool, the mother an annoying crybaby, simple-minded staged, and the only horror here comes from the bad CGI at the end. It lives again, has in my opinion absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with the original. Which even Larry Cohen himself described in an interview as a terrible picture just beyond awful that should be avoided at all costs. While the baby in the original only has one flaw according to the movie poster, It's Alive, Josef Rusnak's cucumber also only has one flaw. It exists.